player retires before you get their jersey. Because you're going to get that jersey, and then he's either going to, like, break his leg off, or he's going to get traded.
Well, like,
or demand a trade.
That's the thing. I have 3 Bills jerseys. I have Mario Williams. Ouch. I have Stevie Johnson. And Freddie Jackson. Fred Jackson is the only one that I still wear, just because he was the only one who didn't really. I don't know.
Let's run down my list of Cowboys jerseys.
Okay.
Keyshawn Johnson.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
The week after I got a Julius Jones jersey traded.
Ouch.
Miles Austin.
Oh,
Miles
no.
Austin.
I purposefully did not get a Jason Witten or Tony Romo jersey for that reason.
So,
and they're the ones that had the longevity.
They're the ones who had the longevity.
No, that's what it is. Because if I had gotten it, the Cowboys were like, all right, we're going to trade Jason Witten. We're going to trade Jason Witten for players who stand.
I feel... God, I feel,
Well, players
I feel like if the Cowboys got rid of Jason Witten, that's probably something that the Cowboys fan base would riot over. Like,
I'm pretty sure Jerry's world would be burned down.
Oh yeah, it'd be bad. That would be a legit jersey to get especially now. Get it with that, the full yellow captain's patch. That'd be sweet. I always wanted the Kyles Williams jersey with that when they had the captain's patch on. Do they sell the jerseys with those?
Yeah, you can get them. Yeah. You can even get them with like memorial patches and stuff like that, like when they play certain games.
Dead people patches.
You can get the Pro Bowl, Super Bowl, all of those things. You can get them online. So did we get Defensive Rookie of the Year from you, Dan O'Shea?
No, I'm going with Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Saints changed the Saints defense.
He's had a good
The
year.
Saints were terrible on defense. Yeah. They pick him up. He's got 7 passes defended, 2 picks, and is the league's top-rated cornerback according to PFF.
I don't like Pro Football Focus. I think they're a bunch of crap.
Best rookie quarterback or best cornerback?
I think they have him listed as the best cornerback.
Wow.
I mean,
but he's been playing like out of his mind. He's been fantastic.
Another rookie defensive player that you brought up earlier that you can't really look away at either is T.J. Watt. He's made Pittsburgh look pretty good.
Also, if things are
your choice.
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit earlier. T.J. Watt was what Dan Beebe is going to go with. If things progress the way they look like they're going to progress, at the end of the season, Jordan Lewis has to be in the conversation. Because he has been getting better and better and better every game. After he gave up that touchdown to the Packers that cost the game, you can just see he's like much more aggressive.
He's got something to prove now.
Yeah.
Not going to get run over again.
I mean, come on. It's Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers against a rookie. I mean, do you really expect him to take that on? No.
Got to be at that level. Tre'Davious steps up, although he got burned badly by Chuckles. What was that?
Crabtree?
Who do we play in the second week? Yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's going to happen, I guess.
Who did we play in the second week?
Carolina, was it?
Was it the Falcons?
No.
I think Dan Beebe's going to look it up. While he's looking that up, he said
4th week, I think.
He said T.J. Watt. So now we're going to go to Offensive Player of the Year. If I'm picking this person as the MVP, how can I not say Carson Wentz is the Offensive Player of the Year?
Yep, same thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Are we all going to go with the player we picked for MVP to be Offensive Player of the Year?
No.
No? How can you not?
What do you mean, how can I not?
How can you be like, this person's the best player in the NFL. They're on offense, but they're not the Offensive Player of the Year.
I think there's ways around that.
Well, then explain yourself, Chuckles.
So you can have like a Tom Brady who's like that,
At that point, then it's like a consolation. Like, well, we gave one to one, we got to give the other to the other.
No, see, Tom Brady has a problem where he can't get hurt. He's been playing with this longevity that's been,
Is he Kenny from South Park?
Pretty much.
I'm sorry if I ruined it for you, but Kenny can't die.
No, pretty much.
Spoiler alert.
If you don't know this after 21 years, that can't help you.
Yeah.
Like, Kenny dies every episode, but shock, he can't die.
Yeah, he comes back. He's there every time.
But I would say that I don't know. Just because of his longevity and him being that consistent, you can say that he's MVP. His team has not really dropped in production in the last decade. And so, with that being said, I still think he's the MVP. But when it comes to Offensive Player of the Year, I think it could go to numerous different people. And I would probably throw in Deshaun Watson in that point.
No. Deshaun Watson's not as good as Carson Wentz.
No, he's not only that.
He's
if
broken.
I was going with another offensive player.
He's broken numerous rookie records.
Look at the numbers. What about Alex Smith? Look at the numbers Alex Smith is putting up this year.
Yeah, Alex Smith too.
They're insane, but they have other weapons on that team. If you were to take Wentz off of the Eagles, they're nowhere near the same team.
Exactly.
None. But if you were to take Alex Smith, who's having a statistically amazing season, off that and you put in Mahomes, maybe they're still all right.
They're 4-3 at worst.
Mm-hmm. At worst, yeah, if not better.
Yeah.
Maybe he wins against Oakland.
But I also think that we could look at the situation from last year and say Tom Brady is really no much different than last year, but they could still win with Garoppolo. And now you put Tom Brady in the mix. He's an MVP because he makes all the other players better. He gives them all the stats that they want to get a bigger contract.
deflated footballs, and filming other people's practices makes them better.
I do not disagree with that. I absolutely do not disagree with that.
That's why they're the New England Cheatriots.
Yeah, but I
need an asterisk.
I think you can have a difference between MVP and offensive player.
They're going to change it. It's no longer going to be called an asterisk. They're going to start putting it. They're going to start calling it the Belichick. So Barry Bonds.
Bell, what about Bell's Pittsburgh? Why couldn't he be offensive player of the year?
Because he's not playing very well.
He's not playing. He's not playing.
He's
to the
back
caliber
to he's back to playing well. He's catching up to Hunt's yardage and stuff. He
didn't play any preseason. He was didn't really pick up until 2 weeks ago.
Do you know who's not the MVP? Odell Beckham Jr.
No kidding.
big shocker.
Because
Breaking.
Listen, he gets hurt and can't play anymore, and then the Giants win immediately after the Giants win
Against Denver, no less.
Yeah. So clearly not that important. That's why they should have traded him for Aaron Donald. Should have done it.
I'm pretty sure we were getting points on the bye week. Okay? That's how bad this season is. It's over.
Yeah. All right. Defensive Player of the Year. This one I haven't changed since we made our predictions to begin the season. I'm still going Joey Bosa. He's in the top 10.
Campbell.
He's in the top 10 in tackles and sacks.
Yeah, as it stands right now, Calais Campbell.
Yep.
I'm looking his statistics up, and they're absolutely insane right now.
Aaron Donald.
Dan Beebe says Aaron Donald. We got 2 Calais Campbells. We got a Joey Bosa, which is funny that I'm the one that picks Joey Bosa.
Yeah. Well, Bosa, he's gonna be there at some point. I don't know if he's there yet.
Like I said, he's the only player. He's the only player in the top 10 in both tackles and sacks.
True.
That's why I think he deserves to be the Defensive Player of the Year.
I would probably go with Bosa, but I'm not gonna, pick somebody from Ohio State to receive any kind of award. So I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Campbell.
Yeah, you could say Calais Campbell. DeMarcus Lawrence leads the league in sacks.
Both of them are killing it.
You've also
I'd seen the interceptions, safety.
True.
He is. Then you've also got guys that are just like absolute workhorses that drive the ball away from them, so they don't get those kinds of stats. Justin Houston, they don't run it. Justin Houston, they triple team Justin Houston. If that's not player of the
2 or 3 sacks on Monday night.
Yeah, if that's not player of the year worthy, then he doesn't have the stats because they're not letting him get the stats.
That's true.
All right. What'd you say, Dan? Dan O'Shea.
For which?
Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, I think I'm sticking with. I'll just stick with Lattimore so far.
Marshawn Lattimore?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this one, Comeback Player of the Year. I have 2. Because it was tough for me to choose.
I've been having a hard time with this one also.
So the 2 that I have, and you guys are going to disagree with one and maybe disagree with the other. Case Keenum. He was playing like absolute dog crap for his entire career. He comes in and he's finding some success in Minnesota. I think that is worthy of him being
I'm happy for
mentioned.
him, but I'm not going to give him an award for subpar performance.
Yeah.
The other one, Jared Goff.
I think Todd Gurley, because he had such a bad sophomore year that for him to go back to the form that he was from when he was in a rookie and getting back to that, I think is a bigger improvement for him personally. Because some people hit that sophomore slump and they never bounce back. And he certainly looks bouncing back to me this year.
To be fair, though, that could be partially attributed to Goff being not total garbage and actually
True,
being
but
able to throw
Goff
it.
didn't. Goff was just bad to start with. It's not like he's coming back to prominence.
Yeah.
He wasn't there to begin with.
Well, I mean, the point he's making is that there was no threat of a passing game, so they just stacked the box, and obviously
That's why
Gurley's
I
not
think
gonna
when
do
you
it.
get to Coach of the Year, McVay should be in the conversation.
He should be in the conversation. We'll talk about that in a minute.
But I mean, I think Goff is a great. If Goff can get him to the playoffs, I would probably go for Goff.
Go for Goff.
Go for Goff.
I think I'm going with. It's hard for me. It was between DeMarcus Lewis and what's it called, Earl Thomas. But I'm going to go with Earl Thomas.
When did Earl Thomas get? That was toward the end of the season.
Yeah, well,
I don't
no,
think-
it was towards the middle, more towards the end. But I mean, didn't he actually break his leg?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty hard to come back from. And play at the level where you have to hit somebody every single time.
Okay.
I mean, look at Teddy Bridgewater. He's been out for
He has
a
a
year
forced
and a half,
fumble.
and
He's been
he
playing
wasn't
pretty
hit
well.
by
There's a
anyone.
difference between a broken bone and tearing ligaments and arteries in your knee.
Sure.
And almost losing your leg.
Yeah.
Comeback player of the year, Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
I called. Remember? Do you remember when we were working together? I said the MVP of the league was going to be Teddy Bridgewater,
Yeah,
and then
he
that day he
broke
got
himself.
hurt. That day
Wow.
he got hurt. Literally
So
like an
you
hour
cursed
later,
him.
and then I said, you know what? That just means next year he'll be comeback player of the year.
Yep.
Still not playing. He didn't come back. So,
Although if he comes
Marcus
back,
Lewis.
lights it up, brings him into the playoffs, wins some playoff games, he certainly could be.
all right, yeah. So
Good too.
Comeback player of the last 2
I'm
years.
going with Earl
asterisk.
Thomas.
Earl Thomas, what about you?
I said Goff.
Jared Goff,
There Goff.
Dano.
I think it's probably got to be Goff for me as well. I was wondering if it was going to be Adrian Peterson, but he had like one good game, and then
Sitting on the coach, and that was it.
his quarterback goes down. Now he's going to be facing a stacked box every week. So
What? You don't have faith in Drew Stanton?
Justin Houston makes an interesting argument too,
how long?
considering how he went down last year.
When did he go down? I remember he did, but I don't remember.
I'd have to look up the actual time frame.
All right, Dan Beebe.
I had Josh McCown just for stepping up for the Jets.
I mean, he's won more games in the last 5 weeks than he has in the last 2 years.
He's also on pace to play more games than he's played in almost his entire career.
No, the last 22 games, he's 2-22 or 2-20.
Yeah, but
Before he came to the
has
Jets.
Josh McCown ever finished an actual full season?
Yes.
Ever?
Yes.
I got
When he was with
And
the Saints.
I got
Yes.
another candidate. Reduced his interceptions, and therefore his play has gone way up, and that's Ryan Fitzpatrick, by virtue of not playing.
Fitz accurate?
It's tragic.
Fitz makes money and doesn't play.
And guess who he's behind, and who just happens to have been playing hurt, Jameis Winston. So the curse is alive and well,
Yep.
All right.
much to the detriment.
He needs to
of
go to the Patriots,
Whoever's
is what he
starting.
needs to do.
Yes.
Coach of the year. For me, I had 3 people in mind. The winner, in my opinion, is Doug Peterson. What he's done with the Eagles. The other 2 options were McVay and what's his name from Bills?
Sean
McDermott.
McDermott.
It's Sean Mick and Sean Mick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to go to one of those two. Philadelphia
Philadelphia was bad last year.
Right, but Philadelphia also went out of its way and made moves to bring in talent. They did. They got Blunt. They went out and they got,
Ajayi now.
well, not
Alshon Jeffrey.
They got Jeffrey
Torrey Smith.
to give him more around him to make Wentz better. So I can attribute their increase more to that than I can say coaching.
Which is the coach is doing.
And it's a coach and the GM. But when you think